You know, for generations, we've dreamed of building new worlds out there among the stars. But turning that science fiction dream into a real thing, well, it means solving some very basic, very human problems first. And maybe the most fundamental question of all is this. Once we actually get to Mars, what are we gonna eat? Seriously. The answer isn't just about day-to-day survival. It's about creating a truly sustainable future millions of miles away from home. So let's talk about the red planet's dinner plate. Before we can even think about building cities or exploring those incredible canyons, we have to figure out how to set the table on a world that is completely, utterly alien to farming as we know it. Yeah, all our earthly ideas about farming, you can just toss them out the window. You can't just plow a field on Mars. There's almost no atmosphere. The temperatures swing like crazy, and the whole surface is just getting blasted with cosmic radiation. Traditional agriculture is a total non-starter. Okay, so if you can't farm the planet itself, you have to bring the farm with you. And that leads to this incredibly elegant solution. What if you could create a perfectly balanced, self-sustaining ecosystem? Basically, inside a box. This solution has a name, aquaponics, and it is a brilliant mashup of two different ideas. You take fish farming, that's aquaculture, and you combine it with growing plants without soil, that's hydroponics. The key is you link them together in a closed-loop system where absolutely nothing goes to waste. It all kicks off with the fish. You can think of them as these little living fertilizer factories. As they swim around and eat, they produce waste, and that waste is rich in ammonia. Now, in a normal fish tank, that ammonia would build up and become toxic. But in an aquaponic system, this is where the magic happens. A whole colony of helpful microorganisms, like a tiny recycling crew, gets to work. They start consuming that toxic ammonia from the fish waste. And what do these bacteria do? They convert that toxic ammonia into nitrates. And it just so happens that nitrates are the perfect superfood for plants. The plant's roots soak up these nutrients, letting them grow big and healthy without a single speck of soil. And then, for the final step, as the plants are absorbing all those nutrients, they're also acting as a natural filter. They send clean, purified water right back into the fish tank, and the whole cycle starts all over again. It's just this perfect, self-sustaining loop of life. It sounds perfect, right? An elegant, closed system. But taking this idea from a lab here on Earth and making it actually work in the brutal environment of Mars, well, that is a whole different ball game. And believe me, the hurdles are massive. How do you get enough energy to power all the heaters and lights? How do you make sure you conserve every single drop of water, which is going to be incredibly precious? And how do you shield the entire system, the plants, the fish, everything from that relentless Martian radiation? Each one of these is a huge engineering challenge. Now, overcoming these challenges was going to require some huge technological leaps. But as it turns out, a crucial piece of this puzzle came from a completely unexpected place. Not from a lab on Earth, but from a breakthrough that was already happening way up in orbit. With all those obstacles stacking up, you've got to wonder, is the farm on Mars just a nice idea? You know, something destined to stay in the pages of a science fiction book? Well, maybe not, because the key to making this whole thing work, that biological engine that drives the entire system, was discovered in a place we were already exploring. That's right, the answer was found floating 250 miles above our heads, on the International Space Station, a place that's already proof that humans can survive in the harshness of space. What scientists found up there was incredible. They discovered bacteria from the genera Nitrosomonas and Nitrodactyr. Now, these are the exact types of microorganisms you need for the aquaponics cycle, and they were found just thriving in the harsh environment of space. They are literally our space-resilient recycling crew. So what's their big job? It's actually pretty straightforward, but it is absolutely crucial. They take that toxic ammonia from the fish waste, and through their natural biological process, they turn it into nitrate, which is the essential food for the plants. They're the little chemical engine that makes the whole system go. This discovery, it does more than just solve one piece of the Mars puzzle. It really points toward a whole new future for farming, both out in space and right here back on Earth. These little space microbes, now proven to be tough, resilient, and super effective, they are the key. They might just be the missing biological part we needed to create stable, sustainable food production systems, whether it's on the moon, on Mars, or even beyond. And look, this isn't just about keeping astronauts fed. The research itself will lead to advancements that benefit life right here on Earth. It pushes us to find more sustainable ways to do agriculture in our own challenging environments. So it really leaves you with this amazing thought, doesn't it? Our grand ambition of becoming a multiplanetary species might actually depend on some of the smallest life forms you can imagine. These tiny microbes, discovered almost by chance up in orbit, could not only unlock our future on new worlds, but could also help us build a better, more sustainable one right here.